What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have episode 6 of Driver Career Mode. Thank you for the support on the channel recently. We need 8 more subscribers and then we're at 200 at the time of recording this. Of course, my last video was F1 23. That's on 190 views, so thank you for the support. But in the background, you can see, spoiler alert, we did retire with an engine failure last race in Baku. If you haven't watched that, go check it out on my channel. But you can see we're trying to see if we get any upgrades on board this week. There's no time actually this week, so maybe next race weekend, which will be next video, we might get an upgrade or two on. Don't know, but there you go. This is really useful, you know. We're sorry that you suffered an engine failure. Here's 0 R&D points. What's the point of even that being there? There's no point in that. But yeah, as you see, there's literally like a few days in between. And we're going to go straight into the race weekend. Here we are then. And there's as you can see, there's going to be rain on the race. In the race. So possibly a chaotic race. Maybe a chaotic race here in Montreal. And there you can see the very small gap between all the teams. Literally barely anything. You can see McLaren consistently upgrading the car, but there you go. Rain. It looks quite early on in the race as well. It's like the middle point of the race, sorry. But you see, we're going to put some weight reduction on the car, and it will be on for not next episode, the one after, for Austria, which will be a sprint round as well, so make sure you're there for that one. So this is a major upgrade. So that's very good for our car. But now we need to go into qualifying. Welcome to qualifying then, here in Montreal. We are here in Q1 and really we should be easily getting out of Q1 now. And hopefully our aim is for this qualifying session is to get into Q3 basically. If not, be at the probably 11th, 12th if we can't make it out of Q2. But this session should be easy. We're just checking the weather, make sure there's no rain. Of course, you can see the rain icon on the race day. So stick around for that. We're now warming our tyres up for our first lap here in Montreal. Of course, this is episode 6. If you haven't seen the whole series, there's a playlist on my channel if you want to go check it out. Please do. But we're just warming the tyres up now in Q1 to start our lap. Driver right behind us though, so we'll probably be giving a slipstream to them. And now going through the chicane and just towards the Wall of Champions now, a DRS open, and we're going straight down towards turn 1, braking and hitting the apex very nicely. Then hitting the second apex in the chicane, just gently touching it, getting on the throttle, almost losing the car, but we do very well to keep the car. Skipping a little bit of the chicane there, but Sergio Perez sets the fastest lap. He's the one that was right behind us probably. But now into the middle sector, and now onto the last sector. Here we go through the Wall of Champions, getting very close to it. DRS open. What's it gonna be? 2 green sectors, and it's P5, 112.995. Not the best lap ever, but there's room for improvement. So here we are again. Well, again we're P12 overall. Just warming those tyres up once more. We're just waiting, also waiting for everyone to come out so we don't get any traffic. So yeah, because we're literally came out. I thought we would have enough time to get round, but might not. So here we go. Yeah, there you go. Actually, no, we did come out perfectly on time. No one's come out yet, and now we're going through into turn 1 and missing the apex by quite a lot in turn 2, and we're down 2/10 already. But by the end of the lap, then we are 5/10 up. So a very strong middle, well, all round apparently. 2 green sectors again. So we must have made quite a lot of mistakes throughout the lap. Going around the chicane, nowhere near the Wall of Champions this time. DRS open, straight to the line, 6/10 gain, and that puts us P7 and very much in safety for Q2. we are into Q2 then. But Lando Norris has set the fastest lap. I know I said McLaren have been upgrading their car, but fastest in Q1. That is interesting. But Sergio Perez right behind him. Then our teammate Kevin Magnussen in P3. There's no way this is going to be like this for the rest. But now in Q2, we're going to start our lap here. And we're going with the last to set our lap here in Montreal in Q2. So, around the first 2 corners. Everyone set their lap time already, so everyone ahead of us is coming in this lap. So, but now, going into the last chicane, very close, nowhere near again, the World Champions. We could have probably got a lot more time if we went close to the World Champions. And it's a 1:12.7, and just to get round again then, on our last flying lap, we had to cut a few corners, but we've made it, and we're currently P12. Perez just ahead of us, so if he doesn't improve, then he's out of qualifying. And that doesn't look like he has, but now we've gained 7 tenths. Purple first sector, green second sector, and where's that put us? It's put us P7 again, so we are through into Q3, and that is Sergio Perez out of qualifying in Q2. So that is a big name out of qualifying. Lewis Hamilton tops. Mercedes 1-2 in Q2. So, but Q1, of course, Lando Norris was top. But here we are in Q3 then. We're going to have to go out. We're going out on our brand new set of tyres for Q3. Of course, all sunshines for now, but rain to come in the race as we pull out of our pit box. People are already out on the track, so hopefully we've timed this well. But we don't have any traffic. Someone goes flying past us, but I'm pretty sure that is for their in-lap, I think. I'm pretty sure that's for their in-lap. Hamilton there. So we go off the track to avoid him, but now through the last chicane. And we're giving our teammate a huge slipstream down into across the line, and he's gone 6th, but we start our lap now, hitting the apexes of the first 2 corners. Our teammate right behind us, of course, because we gave him the slipstream. But has this lap gone well then at the last sector? Here we see the last 2 corners, the chicane, how close we get to the champions, very close again. DRS open, everyone set their lap time, of course. Where are we going to be? Overall, we go up to P6, purple last sector. And this is us burning fuel. I didn't notice at that point, but I haven't warmed the tyres up at all before this last flying lap then. So, we are still P6, and again, trying to give our teammate Kevin Magnussen a tow into the last corner, because our lap went so badly that there was no point of even bothering. So, we now have to give our teammate a slipstream. Well, we don't have to, but we're going to. And I don't think it's helped them at all. So that's us in P7 then. Who's gone faster than us? Someone's gone faster than us. As we crossed the line. It was Lando Norris that went faster than us, I think. But it only helps our teammate to gain 1 position up into P9. We're P7. Verstappen first. Sainz second. And Lewis Hamilton third. Russell fourth. Leclerc fifth. Norris 6th. We are in P7. Alonso 8th. Magnussen 9th. And Esteban Ocon in 10th place then. So that's it. There's the grid for the race then tomorrow. But rain inbound, of course, for the race. So this could be a very chaotic one. Let's go to the race.
It's time once again then to go racing here in Montreal, the 2nd largest French-speaking city in the world, home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour, heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, and 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula 1 calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Charles Leclerc and Norris. The engineer, Fernando Alonso. Lawson and Esteban Ocon, Ricardo, Perez, Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas, Albon, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Latifi and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And a warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's have a chat about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Here we are then on the grid in Canada. It's going to be medium hard tyres, but I don't think we'll make it to the hard tyres, of course, with grey clouds up ahead on the grid as we're next to Lando Norris, of course, in P7, Lando Norris P6. Charles Leclerc's got the hard tyre though. I don't think the rain will be that far out. Of course, you can see the dark grey clouds looming over this track. So surely Leclerc's gone for the wrong tyre, the slowest tyre. And I don't think the rain will be as long as he thinks, but now we have to focus on warming the tyres up as it's the formation lap and worry about the race and the rain later on when it comes. So here we are then on the grid. We have to do the burnout, so our tyres are in perfect temperature range really, but we're going to lose a lot of temperature before we actually start because we'll be sitting on the grid. So we're basically inside our teammate's car then as we go through him. How close can we get to perfect parking as we pull up alongside Lando Norris? It is 0.4 meters, that's perfect parking as we line up alongside Lando Norris. The rest of the grid is parking up behind us, and now it is 5 red lights to a possibly very chaotic race. All the lights are out and we are underway. It's a good start for everyone, but Leclerc is possibly got a very slow start on the hard tyres, but he's actually alongside Russell. We've got centred down the inside of Lando Norris. Leclerc's trying to make a move around the outside of George Russell, but I thought we got the move done with Lando Norris, but he's had to come back at us through the second corner. Now into the second chicane. We are just about ahead. We squeeze him out. Leclerc gets squeezed out by Russell, and now we might be able to get a move on Leclerc because he's on the hard tyres, of course. And, well, Norris has been squeezed out so much that he's down into P7, so this is what it looked like. Then off board, 5 red lights. Verstappen, of course, on pole. The lights go out, and it's a good start from Verstappen by the looks of it. And so the Mercedes as well. Carlos Sainz, gets a terrible start. And that is the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton going from P3. He's now on the outside of Max Verstappen. Sorry you can't see that. I hadn't picked up when I was doing the camera, when I was looking at the replays. Here's our move then. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen fighting though. But there you go. Looks like Max Verstappen has got that move done then. But Carlos Sainz with a terrible start. Lap 6 now. DRS enabled. Very dark clouds ahead of us. And we're getting closer and closer to Charles Leclerc, who is on the wrong tyres, simply. It's lap 6. It looks like it's literally about to rain. And will Charles Leclerc get DRS? I didn't look what the time was when he crossed the DRS detection point, but I don't know if he will. We opened DRS and he doesn't. Charles Leclerc does not have DRS. We're just going to be in the slipstream with DRS open, because of course we get another lot of DRS here, and then we can send it into turn 1. We're in the slipstream, overtake momentarily enabled, and then we're going to send it down the inside of Charles Leclerc, who's on the wrong tyres simply. Hard tyres for him, medium tyres for us, purple last sector on that lap. Now I don't think we'll be able to chase after. Both Ferraris were on the hard tyres, and lap 8, the rain is now falling, DRS disabled, and we are going to box this lap for the intermediate tyres.
Okay, copy that.
So we've made a move on Leclerc, and surely we're going to keep this position now unless there's a huge mistake in the pit lane. But as we get closer to the pit box now, into pit lane, we come in for the intermediate tyres, as does everyone. So surely Russell's going to be double stacking, and there he is, he's waiting for his teammate, and we might actually, and so is Leclerc. Leclerc has to wait for his teammate as well. Will we be able to overcut George Russell? Carlos Sainz goes past us. Lando Norris has stayed out, and we've come out ahead of George Russell. And there you can see it's definitely time for the intermediate tyres. Anyone that stayed out, it's not going to work for them. There you can see Bottas just there behind us. He's stayed on the medium tyres. Now lap 16, our engineer is telling us that this rain's going to be better. So it doesn't look like it, but he's told us that it will. And that's George Russell now out of the race on lap 17. And that's going to be a virtual safety car. So we've got a second gap to Charles Leclerc behind. We've got a tenth in hand, a few tenths in hand on the Delta. So now what? As we go green again, Charles Leclerc is now 7 tenths behind us. George Russell is out of the race. That puts us down to 19 runners. Of course, the first retiree of the race. But Charles Leclerc is right behind us. And well, every time I asked our engineer, what's the weather going to do? What's the weather going to do? He says, the rain's lightening up. The rain will lighten up throughout the next few minutes. So we're going to box this lap for new inters. As I had to trust our engineer here, because of course I haven't played much of this game really before this series. So I couldn't really remember what it looked like when it was full wet or anything. But people are coming in behind us, and Perez has gone onto the full wet tyres. Is it time for the full wet tyres? Has our engineer lied to us? Is he trying to screw us over in this race? Perez is the first one on wet tyres. I've come out on new inters.
See these tyres through to the end now.
But is it time for the wet tyres? I don't know. We're going to see when we come out. It definitely feels a little bit wet for the intermediates now.
The rain looks like it's
and there you go again. We're asking our engineer, and he still says it's going to be lightening up. But lap 25, we've made the switch to the wet tyres. We're all over the grass. It's very difficult. It's the first time But Lewis Hamilton's out of the race. Lewis Hamilton is out of the race, and it's a safety car now. This is going to neutralise the race then. But what's happened to Lewis Hamilton? He's gotten the power too early, and that's a huge crash. That is a huge crash for Lewis Hamilton. And now you can see the onboard view. What did he do? He got on the power too early, hit the Wall of Champions, continued spinning, and the front left just came off. End of safety car now, and we're making a move on Guan Yu Zhou that you can barely see in the mist, but then lap later we get a move on Yuki Tsunoda. That puts us up into P9 on lap 33. We've only got 2 laps left of this, well, sprint basically to the end of the race, and nothing else happens. We stay in P9, but throughout all the chaos, 3 DNFs, both Mercedes are out. It's Max Verstappen, who hasn't been challenged at all. Max Verstappen wins the Canadian Grand Prix, followed by Carlos Sainz, and 3rd place goes to Sergio Perez. 4th place goes to Charles Leclerc. 5th place goes to our teammate Kevin Magnussen. What a drive he has performed. Lando Norris P6, Daniel Ricciardo P7, Fernando Alonso 8th, and we come home in P9 with a huge train of cars behind us. So there you go then. Max Verstappen wins the Canadian Grand Prix. He's the first driver to win 3 races now. Of course, we had the start of the season where Sainz won 2 races, Verstappen won 2 races, and then Perez won 1. But this is his 3rd race win of the season then. But that still leaves Charles Leclerc on top of the standings by 9 points. We are in P10, and Haas as a team, we're in P6. But that is all for today. For today's video. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure to please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Ooh, upgrade.